I kept telling myself this graduation would be different. I said it out loud while staring at my laptop, refreshing the payment screen, watching $14,000 disappear. It's worth it, I whispered. They'll be proud. For tickets, the airline agent asked on chat. Yes, I typed. All together. My mother had said, send the dates again, like she hadn't saved them already. My father added, make sure it's refundable. Lily sent a thumbs up. Mark replied, cool. I smiled anyway. I worked nights and weekends to get here. I skipped trips, birthdays, sleep. When my advisor said, you did it, I wanted to call home. I wanted to hear, we're proud of you. Instead, my mother said, what time is the ceremony? My father asked, is there parking? Front row, I told myself. They'll be front row. I booked the flights. I texted the screenshots. Seats confirmed, I wrote. I saved you good ones. My mother replied, thanks. My father wrote, okay. Lily sent a beach emoji. Mark sent nothing. I remembered being 12, holding a report card. Straight A's, I said. My mother said, did Lily eat? My father said, that's expected. I remembered Mark's games, the clapping, the photos. I remembered telling myself, next time. Next time? I said now, tapping the screen. Why spend so much? My friend asked over coffee. Because they'll come, I said. They always say they will. Do they? He asked. They will this time, I said, louder than I meant. I called my mother. I paid for everything, I said. You just have to show up. We'll be there, she said. Relax. My father took the phone. You're making a big deal, he said. But fine. We'll come. Thank you. I said, and meant thank you for choosing me. Lily texted, do they have a pool? I laughed and typed, after the ceremony. Mark texted, save me an aisle seat. I pictured him cheering. I imagined my name echoing, my family standing, my mother crying. I imagined photos, arms around shoulders, a dinner where my father said, you earned this. At the airport, I checked the arrivals board. I held my phone. I refreshed messages. Any updates? I typed. No reply. I stood by the glass, watching strangers hug. I told myself, they're just delayed. I told myself, traffic. I told myself, next time. I checked the time again. They said noon. I muttered. I called Mark. Where are you? I asked. Chill, he said. We just landed. Landed where? I asked. Near the coast, he said. Quick stop. A stop. I said. Today. Don't start, he said, and hung up. I called my mother. Are you coming straight here? I asked. We'll see, she said. Your father wanted fresh air. It's my graduation, I said. You'll have many moments, she said. Be flexible. I stared at the floor. I need you here, I said. She sighed. You're dramatic. I called my father. Dad? I said, please. He paused. We raised you, he said. You'll be fine. I paid, I said. I planned. Money isn't love, he said. Stop keeping score. I ended the call. I typed a message to the family group. I'm at the airport. Ceremony is tomorrow morning. Please come. Lily replied, send pics. I wrote back, I want you in the crowd. No answer. A boarding announcement echoed. People cheered. I felt small. I rehearsed lines for tomorrow. I'm grateful I practiced. I couldn't have done it without you. The words tasted wrong. I checked the arrivals board again. Delayed. Cancelled. On time. None of them mattered. I watched the doors. I held my phone tighter. They'll walk through, I told myself. They always do. I stood there, breathing, counting seconds, waiting for footsteps that sounded like home. I opened my notes and wrote one line. Show up. I deleted it. I wrote another. I tried. I saved that. A security guard nodded. Waiting for someone, he asked. My family, I said. They're late. He smiled kindly. They usually are, he said. I watched the doors again, believing him, believing them. The clock blinked once, twice, loud in my chest, louder than hope, louder than fear. I wait. I woke up early, even though my graduation wasn't until the next day. My phone buzzed on the nightstand, and for a second I smiled. They're calling to say they arrived, I told myself. I answered fast. Hey, Mom. Good morning, she said, calm, casual, like this was any other day. I sat up. Did you land? Yes, she said. Listen, we wanted to tell you something before you hear it from Lily. My stomach tightened. Tell me what? We decided to make a small detour, she said. Just for today. A detour? I asked. To where? There's a resort nearby, she said. We're already traveling, so it made sense. I stared at the wall. Mom, my graduation is tomorrow. I know, she said. We're not missing it. I waited. Then why are you going to a resort? It's just one night, she said. You'll be busy anyway. I'll be busy getting ready, I said. I wanted dinner together. You can eat anytime, she said. This place has a great view. I heard my father in the background. Tell him it's not a big deal, he said. Dad, I said louder. Can I talk to you? He took the phone. What's wrong now, he asked. You're leaving the city, I said. The day before my graduation. So, he said. Graduation is just a ceremony. I swallowed. It's not just a ceremony to me. You're too emotional, he said. We raised you. That's the important part. I wanted you there, I said. With me. We'll be there, he said. Relax. I heard Lily laugh. This place is cute, she said. They have spas. Lily, I said, you're coming to my graduation, right? She giggled. Obviously. If we're not tired. If? I asked. It's been a long trip, she said. Don't be weird. Mark's voice cut in. We'll try, okay? Try. I said. What does that mean? It means don't freak out, he said. You always freak out. I planned everything, I said. I paid for everything. And now you're throwing it in our faces, my father said. Money again. It's not about money, I said. It's about showing up. We are showing up, my mother said. Just not on your schedule. I closed my eyes. This is important to me. Everything is important to you, my father said. Life doesn't stop for ceremonies. I felt heat in my chest. You never said that about Mark's games. That was different, he said. How? I asked. Silence. My mother cleared her throat. We have to check in, she said. We'll talk later. When? I asked. Later, she repeated. The call ended. I stared at my phone like it had betrayed me. I replayed every word. Detour. Resort. Try. Just a ceremony. I laughed once, sharp and empty. I thought about all the times I adjusted. They're busy, I told myself. They'll make it up to me. I remembered birthdays postponed, calls unanswered, promises softened into excuses. I realized this wasn't sudden. This was normal. My phone buzzed again. A photo popped up in the family group chat. Lily in sunglasses, drink in hand. Caption, vacation vibes. I typed, my graduation is tomorrow. My mother replied, we know, red heart. Mark sent a thumbs up. My father sent nothing. I put my phone face down. I looked at the graduation tickets on my desk, neatly stacked, names printed, seats saved. I picked them up, one by one, like they were fragile. I sat on my couch and said out loud, they never planned to prioritize me. The room didn't argue. The tickets didn't move. My phone stayed silent. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling, holding proof of their absence in my hands, finally understanding that I had always been an option, never the destination. I walked into the auditorium alone. My phone stayed silent in my pocket, heavy like it knew something I didn't want to accept. I scanned the crowd once, then again. They might still come, I whispered to myself. Hey, congrats, a classmate said, bumping my shoulder. Your parents here? They're on the way, I said quickly. Nice, he said. Mine cried the whole drive. I smiled and kept looking. I checked the doors. I checked the aisles. I checked the front rows I had saved. Empty, empty, empty. Big day. A professor said as he handed me my program. You should be proud. I am, I said, even though my voice didn't believe me. Family in the crowd? He asked. Yeah, I said. Somewhere. I sat when they told us to sit. I stood when they told us to stand. Every cheer around me sounded louder than mine. People waved. People pointed. People hugged. I folded my hands and waited. A girl behind me whispered, there they are, and jumped up to wave. I didn't turn. I knew who she meant. I knew it wasn't me. Graduates, the speaker said, today is about support. I laughed under my breath. Sure, I said. Names started getting called. Applause rose and fell like waves. I rehearsed my smile. I pictured them running in late, breathless, apologizing. I pictured my mother's face when she saw me stand. My name echoed through the room. I stood. I walked. I heard clapping, polite and distant. No voices calling my name. No whistles. No tears. I took the diploma. Congratulations, the dean said. Thank you, I said. I turned toward the crowd one last time. I looked at the seats. They stayed empty. I nodded anyway, like I was thanking ghosts. Afterward, classmates pulled me into photos. Send this to your parents, someone said. I will, I said. Big moment, another said. You did it. I did, I said, and felt how alone that sounded. I took pictures by the banner. I held my diploma. I smiled until my face hurt. One more, they said. Your family will love this. Yeah, I said. They will. Outside, the sun was bright. People cried. People laughed. People hugged parents and grandparents. I stood to the side and checked my phone. A notification popped up. Family group chat. I opened it. There they were. My mother in a wide hat. My father holding a drink. Lily leaning into the frame. Mark grinning. Blue water behind them. My mother texted. Looks fun here. I stared at the screen. Fun, I repeated. Lily sent a heart. Mark sent. Cheers. I typed, deleted, typed again. I graduated, I wrote. My mother replied. So proud, red heart. I waited for more. Nothing came. I sat on the curb and felt something give way. I thought about the tickets. The planning. The hope I kept feeding like it would grow into something real. I realized I had been waiting my whole life for a version of them that didn't exist. A man nearby hugged his son. We're proud of you, he said. I looked away. I opened my camera roll. Photos of me alone. Me smiling. Me pretending. I understood then, clearly and painfully, that I had never been their priority. Not once. My phone buzzed again. My mother sent another photo. Sunset. Drinks raised. Caption. Making memories. I locked my phone. I pressed it to my chest. I felt the break happen, quiet and final. I stood up, alone in my cap and gown, and knew this moment would change me, because nothing else ever had. I called them that night because I knew if I didn't, I would keep pretending everything was fine. My hands shook, but my voice didn't. Why wasn't I enough? I asked as soon as my mother answered. She exhaled slowly. Enough for what? For you? I said. For one day. My father took the phone. Here we go, he said. You're being too sensitive again. I graduated today, I said. You chose a beach. It was planned, he said. You knew we were traveling. I paid for you to be here, I said. I asked you to be here. And now you're guilt-tripping us, my mother said. Do you hear yourself? I'm asking why you didn't come, I said. Because life doesn't revolve around you, my father said. Lily laughed in the background. Can we not do this right now? She said. You're ruining the vacation. I'm not trying to ruin anything, I said. I just wanted you there. You always want something, my mother said. It's exhausting. I swallowed. Do you know how many times I told myself you'd show up? That's your problem, my father said. You set expectations. Like you did for Mark? I asked. Silence stretched. Then my father said, That's different. How? I asked. Mark didn't say anything. I heard him shift, heard ice clink in a glass. I waited. Mark, I said. He didn't answer. I spent my whole life chasing this, I said. Every grade, every job, every milestone. I kept thinking the next one would be enough. My mother sighed. We said we're proud. You texted it, I said. From a bar. Words are words, my father said. Stop making scenes. I didn't make a scene, I said. I stood alone. You're dramatic, my mother said. Other people don't need this much validation. I needed my parents, I said. Lily groaned. This is so uncomfortable. Then hang up, I said. No, my mother said. We're talking. Are we? I asked. Because you're not listening. My father said. You're an adult. Act like one. I am, I said. That's why I'm saying this now. There was a pause. I felt calm settle in, heavy and clear. I don't think you ever planned to come, I said. That's not true, my mother said, too fast. You planned a vacation, I said. I was an option. That's unfair, my father said. So was this, I said. Mark cleared his throat. Look, he said finally. Can we just move on? I laughed softly. You always do. What does that mean, he asked. It means I stop asking, I said. My mother said, You're overreacting. No, I said. I'm done reacting. You're going to regret this, my father said. I regret begging, I said. Lily said, This is really awkward. It is, I agreed. My mother tried again. We love you, she said. I know, I said. You just don't choose me. That's not fair, she said. I'm not asking for fair, I said. I'm asking for honesty. My father said nothing. I waited for someone to stop me, to apologize, to say they were wrong. No one did. So I said, I'm hanging up now. Don't be dramatic, my mother said. I'm being quiet, I said. I ended the call. I sat in the dark, phone face down, heart steady. I didn't cry. I didn't replay the conversation. I felt something loosen, like a rope finally cut. I whispered, "I choose myself." And for the first time, I meant it. I didn't tell my family about the offer. I didn't ask their opinion. I didn't need permission anymore. I sat across from my mentor, Dr. Hayes, and slid the contract back toward her. "I want it," I said. She smiled. "I was hoping you'd say that." "It's a lot," I said. "The role, the money, the expectations." "You've handled worse," she said. "When do you want to start?" "As soon as possible," I said. "I'm ready to leave." "Leave where?" she asked. "Here," I said. "Everything." She nodded. "Good." The recruiter called later that afternoon. "We're excited," he said. "Your background fits perfectly." "I won't disappoint," I said. "We don't think you will," he said. "Salary details are in the email." I opened it and stared. "This is real?" I asked. "It is," he said. "Welcome aboard." I packed my apartment quietly. I told my landlord, "I'm moving." He said, "Already?" I said, "Yes." I boxed my cap and gown last. I didn't take the graduation tickets. I changed my number the next day. I stared at my old phone before turning it off. "You don't get access anymore," I said. It felt calm, not angry. My first therapy session was awkward. "What brings you here?" she asked. I stopped begging, I said. She waited. "I don't know who I am without that." I added. "We'll figure it out," she said. I moved cities without an announcement. New apartment. New keys. New routine. When someone asked, "Family nearby?" I said, "No." It felt honest. Dr. Hayes called again. "How's the move?" "Quiet," I said. "Good quiet." "Proud of you," she said. "Thank you," I said, and felt it land. Weeks passed. I learned names. I learned systems. I learned that stability didn't look like approval. It looked like peace. My phone buzzed from an unknown number. I let it ring. A voicemail followed. I didn't listen. At work, a colleague asked, "You celebrating tonight?" "For what?" I asked. "Your first big win," she said. "Client loved your presentation." I smiled. "Yeah," I said. "Let's celebrate." That night, I listened to the voicemail. My mother's voice sounded strained. "We're having some issues," she said. "Call us." I didn't. Another message came days later. My father this time. "Investments didn't work out," he said. "We might need help." I sat on my couch and breathed. "Not my problem," I said, surprised by how true it felt. Therapy helped me name things. "Neglect," I said one day. "Say more," she said. "I learned to earn love," I said. "Now I don't want to." "That's growth," she said. I heard updates through distant relatives. "Your parents sold some things," one said. "Times are tight." "I hope they're okay," I said, and meant I hoped they learned. At work, my manager said, "You're exceeding expectations." "Thank you," I said. "Any support you need?" he asked. "I've got it," I said. Another voicemail came. "Lily, can you call me?" she asked. "Please." I didn't. I opened my laptop and reviewed my savings. Numbers lined up neatly. Security looked boring and beautiful. I texted Dr. Hayes. "Thank you for believing in me." She replied, "You believed first." I walked home that evening, city lights steady, my steps sure. I thought about beaches and bars and careless plans. I thought about how silence used to scare me. Now it felt like space. I sat at my kitchen table and wrote a list. Things I choose, I wrote. Peace, work, health, self-respect. My phone stayed quiet. I didn't fill the silence. I let it be. I understood then that revenge wasn't necessary. Distance was enough. They didn't know what I was walking into. And for once, that secret was mine. The first voicemail came on a Tuesday. I didn't recognize the number. I listened anyway. "Hey," my father said, quieter than I remembered. "It's me. Call when you can." I didn't. The second voicemail came that night. My mother this time. "We just want to talk," she said. No pressure. I waited 3 days before calling back. I wanted to hear myself think first. "Hello," my mother answered, too fast. "I got your messages," I said. "Oh," she said. "Good. We were worried." "About what?" I asked. She paused. "About you." I didn't respond. My father took the phone. "Thanks for calling," he said. "We know you're busy." "I am," I said. "We won't take long," he said. "Things have been difficult." I leaned back in my chair. "What happened?" He cleared his throat. "The investments didn't work out." "You were excited about those?" I said. "Yes," he said. "We were." My mother jumped in. "No one could have predicted this." I said nothing. "Lily's tuition is coming up," my mother continued. She's very stressed. Lily's voice appeared suddenly. I didn't want to ask, she said, but I don't know what else to do. I closed my eyes. What are you asking me? Well, my mother said, you're doing well now. I am, I said. And family helps family, she said. My father added, even a loan would help. I pictured my apartment, my quiet mornings, my therapy sessions, my steady workdays. You didn't ask how I was, I said. We're asking now, my mother said quickly. Because you need something, I said. That's not fair, she said. It is, I said calmly. Lily said, I knew you'd be like this. Like what? I asked. Cold, she said. I'm calm, I said. There's a difference. My father sighed. We made mistakes. You did, I said. And we regret them, he said. I believe you, I said. Then you'll help, my mother said. No, I said. Silence followed, thick and startled. Excuse me, my mother said. I can't help, I repeated. Lily laughed once, sharp. Wow. I'm not punishing you, I said. I'm protecting myself. My father said quietly, we're your parents. And I was your child, I said. On my graduation day, my mother's voice wavered. We said we were proud. You said it when it was convenient, I said. You're holding on to the past, she said. I let it go, I said. That's why I'm saying no. My father said, we're humbled. I hear that, I said. Then why won't you help, my mother asked. Because helping won't fix what broke, I said. Lily said, so you're just leaving us? I left months ago, I said. You're just noticing now. My father said, we could visit. No, I said. Why not? My mother asked. Because I don't want to, I said. The words surprised even me. They felt solid. My mother tried again. After everything we've done for you. I breathed in slowly. I'm grateful for what you gave, I said. I'm done paying for what you didn't. My father said my name softly, like he was testing it. We're family. I know, I said. And this is my boundary. Another pause. No one rushed to fill it. I used to. I didn't now. So that's it. Lily asked. Yes, I said. My mother whispered. You've changed. I have, I said. And I like who I am. My father said, we'll figure something out. I hope you do, I said, meaning it. I ended the call. I didn't shake. I didn't cry. I sat still and noticed how steady my breathing was. In therapy that week, I said, they asked for help. And, she asked. I said no, I said. How did that feel, she asked. Clean, I said. That night, I deleted the voicemails. I saved nothing. I understood then that strength wasn't loud. It didn't need revenge or speeches. It needed clarity. They remembered my name when they needed it. I remembered myself when it mattered. I didn't hear it from them. I heard it from an aunt I barely spoke to. They sold the house, she said on the phone, like she was sharing gossip. They love that house, I said. They love the idea of it, she replied. Not the work. I let that sit. Are they okay? I asked. She hesitated. They're managing. That meant they weren't. A week later, another relative called. Your father lost most of the savings, he said. Bad timing. Bad choices. I'm sorry to hear that, I said, and meant the words, not the responsibility. Mark moved, he added. New city. New job. That sounds like him, I said. And Lily, he continued, lowering his voice, she's angry. At everyone. At herself? I asked. No, he said. Never that. I ended the call and sat quietly. I expected to feel something sharp. I didn't. I felt distance. I found my graduation gown that night while cleaning. It was folded neatly in a box, untouched. I held it up and laughed once. You didn't even see this, I said. My phone buzzed. A text from my mother. We're downsizing. I stared at the words. I know. I typed, then deleted it. I wrote, I hope you're okay, and sent that instead. She replied, it's been hard. I believe you. I said aloud, not typing anything. Another message came later. We should have come. I sat on the floor with the gown in my lap. Yes, I whispered. You should have. At work the next day, a colleague asked, everything all right? Yes, I said. And it was true. During lunch, I told Dr. Hayes, they lost the house. She nodded. How do you feel? I feel clear, I said. I thought success meant being accepted. And now, she asked. Now it means choosing myself, I said. That evening, Mark texted me for the first time in months. You hear about mom and dad? Yes, I wrote. It's rough, he said. It is, I replied. He typed, then stopped. You could help. I watched the typing bubble disappear. I know, I wrote. He didn't respond. Lily sent a message later. None of this is fair. I replied, I agree. She wrote back, they messed up. They did, I said. And you just walked away, she added. I walked forward. I typed. She didn't answer. I hung the gown back in the closet. I didn't throw it away. I didn't frame it. I let it be what it was, proof of something I did alone. Another call came from my aunt. They regret it, she said. All of it. I know, I said. They talk about you a lot, she added. I don't need that, I said gently. That night, I sat on my couch and thought about comfort. How it can feel permanent until it isn't. How karma doesn't rush. It waits. I once believed if I worked hard enough, they'd see me. I believed love was earned by effort. I believed silence meant I failed. Now I knew better. My phone stayed quiet. My apartment stayed calm. The world didn't collapse for them all at once. It just stopped cushioning their falls. I folded the gown again and closed the box. Thank you, I said to the quiet room, for teaching me. Karma didn't ask me to speak. It didn't need my help. I watched it do the talking, steady and patient, while I finally learned how to listen to myself. My mother asked to meet me on a Sunday morning. Just coffee, she said on the phone. Please. I thought about it before answering. I didn't rush. Okay, I said. 1 hour. Thank you, she said, like it was a gift. We met at a quiet cafe. My parents were already there, sitting stiff, hands folded. My father stood when he saw me. Thank you for coming, he said. I nodded and Saturday, what did you want to say? My mother went first. We should have been there, she said. At your graduation. Yes, I said. My father cleared his throat. We made a lot of mistakes. You did, I said. My mother's eyes filled. We didn't realize how much we hurt you. I told you, I said. We didn't listen, my father said. I stirred my coffee. I'm listening now. My mother leaned forward. We're sorry. I let the words sit. I believe you, I said. My father looked relieved. Does that mean we can start over? I shook my head. No. My mother flinched. Why not? Because apologies don't erase patterns, I said. We're trying, my father said. I see that, I said. It doesn't change what happened. My mother whispered my name. We miss you. I know, I said. You don't call, she said. I don't need to, I said. My father asked. Is there anything we can do? Yes, I said. Respect my space. My mother wiped her eyes. That feels like punishment. It's a boundary, I said. My father nodded slowly. You're different. I'm healthier, I said. They both looked at me like they were seeing someone new. Maybe they were. My mother said, I wish we could go back. I don't, I said. I like who I became. My father sighed. We lost so much. You did, I said gently. My mother reached across the table. I didn't take her hand. She pulled it back. I'm proud of you, she said. Thank you, I said, and meant it. My father added, we always loved you. I know, I said. Love wasn't the problem. We sat quietly for a moment. No one rushed to fill the space. I checked the time. I have to go, I said. So soon? My mother asked. Yes, I said. My father stood again. Will we see you again? Maybe, I said. If it feels right. My mother nodded. We'll wait. I stood. Take care, I said. They echoed it back. I walked out into the daylight alone. My phone didn't buzz. My chest didn't tighten. I felt light. As I walked, I thought about forgiveness. Not the kind that reopens doors, but the kind that closes wounds. I forgave them quietly, without ceremony, without promises. I didn't need them to change for me to move on. I didn't need them to understand everything. I needed peace. I stopped at a corner and breathed. Cars passed. People laughed. Life moved. I realized something simple and solid. I didn't lose a family that day at graduation. They lost me. And for the first time, that truth didn't hurt. It set me free.